When I was growing up in Bakersfield, my favorite thing in all the world was to go to the movies on Saturday afternoons for the chapter plays.
Cliffhangers.
I know that, Mr. Man. They also call them serials. I'm not stupid, you know.
Famous novelist Paul Sheldon survives a violent car crash during a snowstorm, only to wake up in a remote farmhouse. The woman who rescued him is Annie Wilkes, a former nurse who claims to be his biggest fan. Paul soon realizes he isn't a guest, he's a prisoner. His legs are shattered, he's unable to move, and Annie controls his medication, food, and freedom. Annie reveals her obsession with Paul's book series, Misery. When she reads his latest manuscript and discovers that he has killed off her favorite character, her warm demeanor instantly turns cold. Furious, she forces Paul to burn the book and demands that he write a new novel that brings Misery back to life. Trapped and terrified, Paul complies. As time passes, Annie's behavior becomes increasingly unstable. She swings between kindness and cruelty, punishing Paul whenever he disobeys or tries to escape. Each attempt to resist only tightens her control. Meanwhile, a local sheriff grows suspicious of Paul's disappearance and begins investigating the area. As he gets closer to the truth, Annie becomes more desperate and dangerous, determined to protect her secret at any cost. Using his intelligence and creativity, Paul begins planning his escape. He hides objects, manipulates Annie's emotions, and finishes the novel she demanded, knowing it may be his only chance to survive. In a final confrontation, Paul uses the completed manuscript to distract Annie, leading to a brutal struggle that ultimately frees him from her control. Paul survives the ordeal, but the trauma follows him long after. Even back in the world he once knew, the memory of Annie Wilkes remains, proof that obsession can be far more terrifying than any monster.